Alright guys, the day has finally come. The day where, whether you've realized it yet or not, almost every single style in Blue Lock Rivals has been secretly nerfed in this new patch. And no, I'm not exaggerating. You might be thinking, what? There's no mention of that in the patch notes. Or maybe you assume it's one of those quiet adjustments where the devs lower shot distance or reduce overall power. Maybe you think top-tier styles like Kaiser or Isagi got some kind of hidden stat cut, a little stamina drain tweak or reduced dribble speed. But that's not what happened at all. Because in reality, what just happened wasn't a typical balance pass. It was something much bigger. It's all tied to the brand new Don Lorenzo rework. Yes, you heard that right. This single rework, just one style being updated, might have completely shifted the balance of the entire game. And here's why. At first glance, you might not even notice it. When you load in, watch the animations, or play a few matches, you might think, hey, it's not a big deal. It's barely a rework. And honestly, I get it. I thought the same thing at first. Because on paper, the changes don't look massive. Lorenzo got a new Secret Awakening, one new move in his Awakening set, one new move in base, and a bunch of new VFX. That's it, right? Seems small. But here's the crazy part. These subtle changes somehow made Don Lorenzo one of the strongest and most game-changing defender styles in the entire game. And hey, sorry for taking a few seconds, but I just wanted to remind you that if you still haven't liked this video or subscribed to my channel, I would be happy to see you do it right now, because it gives me a lot of motivation to just make daily videos. And yeah, thank you so much in advance. Let's get back to the main topic. So, let's talk specifics. You've probably already seen clips of his new moves floating around, you know when, or maybe you've even played against him already. And you know exactly what I'm about to say. This man can interrupt nearly anything now. His entire kit feels like it's designed to shut down every other style in the game. You think I'm exaggerating? Just wait. Let me start with his dash-based moves. Don now effectively has 3 dash-related moves, all of which interact directly with the ball. Zombie Steal, Zombie Dash, and Zombie Dribble. And from what I've seen, every single one of them either steals or intercepts. Yes, even Zombie Dribble, which, if you remember, was recently changed so that it could activate even while off-ball. That means you can use it as a defensive punish the moment your opponent starts a move. Combine that with Zombie Steal, which works basically the same way as NEL Nagi's Dash Steal. And you have a move that ignores distance, ignores timing, and just straight up grabs the ball out of thin air. I played several matches right after the update dropped, and I'm not kidding. Every time I faced a Lorenzo player, I could barely breathe. They completely shut down my attacks. You can't even set up a proper awakening anymore when he's around, because if you even hesitate for a frame, he'll just snatch the ball mid-animation. It's not overpowered in the same way Nel Nagi was, where it felt unfair and brainless, but it's strong in a clean, polished, this actually makes sense kind of way. He finally feels like a true defensive anchor, and that's not even mentioning Golden Defense. Yep, it's still here. Still completely ridiculous. It stops everything in awakening shots, Kaiser impacts, direct volleys, you name it. One button and the play is over. The best part, I don't know if the devs buffed it or not. The Golden Defense now feels smoother and more responsive, with tighter hit detection and faster cancel windows. It's honestly satisfying to use and terrifying to play against. Now let's talk about his new Awakening additions. Don's rework added a new Secret Awakening, and man, it's clean. You've probably already seen it by now. It's stylish, kind of funny, and fits Lorenzo perfectly. I'll show it here for those who haven't yet. And in addition to that, he's got a brand new Awakening move called Death of a Striker. This one's actually a cutscene style move that starts with a steal animation, and then transitions into either a pass or a shot, depending on how you time it. In one of my clips, my teammate actually gave me a pass out of it after the animation. It's insane how flexible this move is. Half defensive, half offensive. And then, of course, we still have the legendary Yo Michael animation, arguably one of the most iconic awakenings in the entire game. It's short, but man, it's perfect. Still gives chills every time you see it. And yes, they kept it untouched, which I think was the right move. Not every rework needs to replace what already works. Now here's where things get interesting. Because of how Dawn's new kit works, he unintentionally counters almost every single offensive style in the game. And that's where the hidden nerf part comes in. Think about it. If you're playing Kaiser and relying on your impact spam, Lorenzo can stop you cold with golden defense. If you're using someone speed-based like Loki or NEL Isagi, his triple dash setup literally eats those plays alive. If you're a dribbler, say Livigno, Nel Bachira, or even Yukimiya, one mistimed animation and he'll zombie steal the ball before you even finish your move. So technically, the devs didn't nerf every style, they just added one that naturally suppresses all of them. And it's honestly brilliant. It's the kind of indirect balance change that makes the game feel completely different without needing to touch global stats. Don Lorenzo didn't just get stronger, he balanced the meta. And to be clear, he's not broken. He's strong, yes, very strong. But he's not unfair. You can play around him, you just need to think. Unlike some past reworks, like Aiku's, where he was so overpowered they had to nerf him twice before reverting him to his OG moveset, this time the devs found that sweet spot. Lorenzo feels powerful, impactful, and actually fun to play without breaking the game. And honestly, this update restored my faith in how the devs handle reworks. They learned from their mistakes. Aiku's rework was rushed. Sei's was flashy but slightly inconsistent. Neil Isagi's was chaos. But this one feels complete, balanced, polished. It finally feels like Don Lorenzo got the generational rarity treatment he's always deserved. Let's also not forget how versatile his new kit is. You can play him as a full defender, as a support, or even as a mid-style hybrid depending on your flow setup. His awakening plays into both aggression and protection, and that flexibility alone makes him one of the most valuable picks in high-level play right now. And before I wrap up, I want to emphasize just how massive this change really is. With this rework, the entire tempo of Blue Lock Rivals has shifted. The pace is slower, the plays are more tactical, and players finally need to think before pressing their moves. Lorenzo's presence forces you to adapt. It punishes mindless awakenings and lazy volleys. You can't just sprint down the field and hope your animation bails you out anymore. This is the kind of balance Blue Lock Rivals needed. A wake-up call for the community. And of course, we can't end this video without giving credit where it's due. The devs, once again, absolutely did it well. They managed to make a rework that's both impactful and respectful to the original style's identity. So, huge props to them. So yeah, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, let me know in the comments what you think about this new meta. Do you think Lorenzo's rework was the right move? Do you agree that he indirectly nerfed the whole game? Or do you think he might be a little too strong right now? I'll be reading all your thoughts. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video, where we'll probably be talking about Halloween.